If the campus beauty rejects me 99 times, I will get a 10 million yuan reward. After she rejected me for the 98th time, I happily scrubbed every restroom on campus. Everyone thought the rejection had driven me crazy. They all came to comfort me, but they did not know that if she rejected me one more time, I would become a multimillionaire. Without hesitation, I rushed outside the girls' dormitory. I dropped to one knee and shouted, "Hyen, I like you. Be my girlfriend." Inside the dorm, Hyen pressed her lips together without a word. Her roommates urged her, "Why not just say yes? He has kept this up for 3 months. He has been shouting from summer through winter." Yeah, a guy this devoted. I would have fallen for him after 8 or 10 times. As everyone chimed in, Hyen remained silent. Her gaze merely drifted downward. Truthfully, she had fallen for me long ago. At first, she thought I was like every other suitor. A few cold words would make me give up on my own. But she soon realized I was different from the rest. No matter how harsh her words or how cold her attitude, I simply laughed it off. Next day, I returned on time to confess again, sincerely. Once, twice, 3 times, until today's 99th confession. Rain or shine, every afternoon at 6, I was always there. Without realizing it, her initial dislike had quietly turned into affection. Sometimes, she nearly ran downstairs to accept me, but out of a girl's reserve, she could never say the words. Then her best friend reminded her, "Do not be so reserved. Being reserved could hinder human reproduction." Hyen shot her a glare. After hesitating, she finally made up her mind. "One last time. When he comes to confess for the 100th time, I will say yes." Meanwhile, the crowd downstairs had long dispersed, and I had returned to my dorm. Suddenly, my phone chimed. It was a bank deposit notification. The corners of my mouth curled up. I had confessed for 99 days, rain or shine. At last, it had paid off. To me, the campus beauty, Hyen, was like a goddess in the heavens, while I was only a mere mortal. As for confessing, I never expected to succeed. Now that the task was complete, I quickly transferred the money to my mother. My father was critically ill. He was waiting for this money to have surgery. After texting my mother, I went to bed with peace of mind. The following afternoon, my roommates returned and encouraged me. "Today, we are doing the mission with you. This one is worth commemorating. We will be there to cheer you on." I was completely baffled. What mission? Confessing to Hyen, of course. Is this not your daily routine? Why are you not going today? This is the 100th time. Relax. We even prepared the gift for you. A delicate 3-tier cake sat on the table. Its frosting clearly spelled out several large words. The 100th confession. My roommate looked smug. "We paid extra to have the bakery rush this out. Come on. Afterward, we're going out for drinks." The other two nodded along, but I shook my head. I picked up a knife and fork, cut off a piece and stuffed it into my mouth. "Confess? The hell I will. I am not going." At that, the 3 stared at each other, stunned. Holy crap. What did Lin just say? I did not hear that wrong, did I? He said he is not confessing anymore. The dorm erupted instantly. Damn, Lin, you finally came to your senses. You should have given up ages ago. The world is huge, and there are plenty of girls out there. Why pine after just one? It is a little disappointing we will not see you with Hyen, the campus beauty, but tonight, we are drinking until we drop. I looked up and said with an amused smile, "Enough, you guys. We're just happy for you." Exactly. You only lost someone who does not love you, but she lost the person who loves her most. This is a guaranteed win for us. Not knowing whether to laugh or cry, I pointed at the computer. Fine. Tonight, whoever drags the team down pays the bill. Meanwhile, a crowd had gathered beneath the girls' dormitory. Whenever people passed by, they could not help glancing toward the entrance and whispering among themselves, "Why is that guy who confesses every day not come yet? Did he lose heart and give up? No way. He has already kept at it 99 times. It would be such a shame not to make it an even 100. Let us wait a little longer." More people had come to watch than ever. After all, it was the 100th time. Plenty of people wanted to witness it. Meanwhile, inside the dorm, Hyen had changed into a long pink dress. She turned before the mirror a few times, looking uncertain. Does this dress make me look too young? What if Lin Yu does not like it? Her roommate laughed. My campus beauty. You have changed outfits 8 times already. He likes you, not your clothes. Hyen blushed. You are right. When he gets here, we will find out what style he likes. Then you can wear that when you go out. He will be over the moon. As they chatted and laughed, Hyein suddenly froze. What time is it? 6:30. She frowned and looked out the window. It is already 6:30. Why have we not heard his voice yet? Yeah, he is usually downstairs right at 6. Maybe something held him up. Maybe he is preparing an incredibly thoughtful gift. Hyen's frown deepened as she murmured. He has not gotten into trouble, has he? Oh, my dear, what could possibly happen to him? He is on campus. Besides, you two are not even together yet. Why are you so nervous? A flush spread across Hyen's cheeks as she whispered. Actually, I may have fallen for Lin Yu a long time ago. Maybe his persistence moved me, but I have always felt he is different from other guys. So, I have decided, if he comes today, I will say yes. Hearing this, her roommates looked envious. 99 confessions, rain or shine. Who could resist that? If a guy confessed to me 20 times, no, I would definitely say yes after 10. Second by second, time passed. The people downstairs gradually left, but that familiar figure never appeared. The girls in the dorm began to sense something was wrong. Lin Yu is not coming, is he? He has always been so punctual. Hyein looked composed, but inside, she was growing frantic. He will come. He has to. By 7:30, more than an hour late, everyone was growing anxious. Could Lin Yu really not? Unable to believe it, Hyein insisted. How could that be? Something must have happened to him. Maybe he was so exhausted that he fell asleep. She suddenly shot to her feet. Impossible. Something this important. How could he? Before she could finish, she froze. Her roommates exchanged looks too. They had never seen the usually poised and calm Hyein lose control of her emotions like this. She took a deep breath, sat back down, and murmured, No, he will come. He has to. Seeing how devastated she looked, her roommates quickly offered an idea. Why not call Lin Yu and ask? Call him, quickly. But we do not have his number. I will ask someone from his department. More than 10 minutes later, they finally got Lin Yu's number. Everyone in the dorm nervously watched the phone as it dialed. But this time, the phone rang for a long while, and no one answered. The light in Hyen's eyes slowly faded. She sat back down in a daze. Her pink dress was still bright and lovely, but her face had completely fallen. We cannot reach him. Something must have happened to him. Maybe he is not even on campus. I heard his father is seriously ill in the hospital. He urgently needs money for surgery. Could he be at the hospital now? Yes, that is very possible. I heard about it too. Hearing that, Hyen's expression eased slightly. If he could not come because of his father, that would be understandable. I'll give him one more chance, she said softly. Just then, one of the girls suddenly raised her voice. I found Lin Yu's roommate's number. I will call him and ask. Yi Xiaochuan answered the call. Is this Yi Xiaochuan from the economics department? Speaking. Who are you looking for? Is Lin Yu in the dorm? We urgently need to speak with him. Lin. He is here. He is playing games with us. What is it? The moment he said that, everyone froze. He is in the dorm. Then why did he not come confess? Do you know how long we have been waiting? Hyein could not hold back anymore. She snatched her friend's phone and urgently asked, Is there an emergency at home? Or, did he run into some trouble? No. The guys and I are gaming together. Is there anything else? If not, I am hanging up. We have got a team fight coming up. A team fight? Hyein was completely stunned. Everyone else was dumbfounded too. They had already come up with excuses for Lin Yu. But who could have imagined? He had forgotten to confess simply because he was gaming? And it was the 100th time. Such an important day. For a moment, apart from Hyein, everyone's face filled with anger. How could he do this? He just decided not to show up. Yan Yan was ready to say yes to him. That is outrageous. Let us go find him. As everyone raged indignantly, they suddenly heard a whoosh. A figure had already sprinted out. Outside the girls' dormitory, a figure streaked past. Who was that? They ran so fast. That looked like Hyein. Before long, everyone realized it. It really was Hyein. She is not going to find Lin Yu, is she? She very well might be. Come on, come on. Hurry, follow her. Before long, Hyein was standing at the entrance to the men's dormitory. In the past, scenes where someone blocked a dorm entrance to confess had always happened outside the girls' dorm. No one expected that one day, the Finance University's top beauty would turn the tables and block the entrance to the men's dormitory. She was slightly out of breath. Seeing the growing crowd around her, A flicker of hesitation crossed her face. This is so embarrassing. But something this embarrassing. How had he kept doing it 99 times? Suddenly, she let out a long breath, as if she had made an enormous decision. The crowd immediately burst into chatter. The campus belle is not about to confess to Lin Yu, is she? It is very possible. Look how formally she is dressed. She must have prepared carefully for this. Oh my god, this is huge news. More and more people raised their phones at Haiyan, eagerly watching the drama unfold. Meanwhile, I was playing games with several roommates. Then a guy suddenly burst through the door. That is incredible, Lin Yu. Haiyan is downstairs looking for you. What? The dorm room abruptly fell silent. The guys exchanged looks, afraid they had heard wrong. Yang, say that again. It is true. The university's campus belle is downstairs right now. Go see for yourself if you do not believe me. My roommates excitedly crowded around me. Lin, your lucky day is here. Hurry and clean yourself up. Look at you. You are such a mess, and you did not even wash your hair. Xuantong even pulled out a designer cologne he had treasured for years, ready to spray it all over me. It is Haiyan, the Finance University's #1 campus belle. Was she not supposed to be aloof? She actually came looking for you. Is this love? Love, my ass. I was genuinely starting to panic. I had confessed to Haiyan 99 times. But honestly, I did not have real feelings for her. I only did it to get money for my father's surgery. From the day I completed that task, I had never fantasized that this aloof campus belle would actually fall for me. For one, I came from the countryside and my family was poor. For another, I was not particularly handsome, only decent looking at best. So I never felt much pressure when confessing to her. Besides, Haiyan was famously hard to win over. She had turned down luxury cars and flowers. She had turned down drones and fireworks too. Why would I have a chance? Because of those cheap gifts I failed to give her 99 times? Give me a break. I had never even considered the possibility that my confession might succeed. Because it could never happen. But now, stop spraying that. I raised a hand to block Xuantong's cologne. I will go down like this. Wait, Lin. Why do you not seem happy at all? Has all that joy turned to sorrow? I forced out a faint smile. Who says I am not? I am happy. Very happy. I quickly ran my fingers through my hair, trying to make it look less messy. Without changing, I wore the old shirt I gamed in, and headed downstairs. Downstairs, meanwhile, Haiyan had worked up the courage to call out, Lin Yu. But her voice quickly faded. There were too many people, and quite a few were filming with their phones. She simply could not bring herself to do it. Only then did she truly realize that for Lin Yu to do this day after day took immense courage. Her friend huffed angrily beside her. Why has he not come down yet? Our Yan Yan is the campus belle, after all. Lin Yu is being unbelievably disrespectful. But Haiyan said softly, maybe he is. Getting himself ready. Her friends stared at her in shock. Wow, you are not even together yet, and you are already taking his side. Just then, a figure appeared at the stairwell. Haiyan's furrowed brow relaxed, while the corner of my mouth twitched. What a spectacle. She cannot really be here to confess to me, can she? Ding, new task issued. Accept Haiyan's confession. Reward, 1 million yuan. Reject her confession. Reward, a divine restoration pill, capable of curing all illnesses. A clear notification suddenly rang in my mind. I froze completely. The university's campus belle. She really had come to confess to me. The corners of my lips lifted slightly. It looked like my father's illness could finally be cured. Money could only ease his condition. It could not cure the root cause. No medicine had been able to cure him completely. But now, the system's divine restoration pill was impossible to resist. I walked out of the dormitory. Behind me, my roommates were already dumbfounded. The university's campus belle had actually come. Looking at the breathtakingly beautiful girl before me, my emotions became complicated. I had never imagined things would turn out this way. But now I had to find a way to reject her. Whether it was the money I had received before, or the pill I was about to receive. In the end, I had gotten it all by taking advantage of her. Would rejecting her outright hurt her too badly? After all, she was practically my father's savior. Then, Haiyan spoke softly. Lin Yu, you're here. Her demure, shy manner was especially endearing. Everyone around them was stunned. Where was the aloof campus belle they knew? Why was she acting like some wounded, lovesick girl? Haiyan looked at the delicate-featured boy before her. Every trace of her earlier irritation had vanished. She could not help letting her thoughts wander. Would it feel nice to lean against his shoulder? Seeing this rare softness from the campus belle, I was momentarily dazed as well. I took a deep breath, trying to suppress my suddenly racing heart, and asked with feigned calm, "Why are you here? Is something wrong?" Honestly, I had never felt anything for Hyen, but today, she wore a flowing pink dress, and she was more captivating than any girl I had ever seen. Even movie stars could not compare. In that moment, I felt my heart stir. Under the dim lights, she looked at me intently. She became so absorbed in looking at me that she forgot what she meant to say. Her friend muttered under her breath, "Why is Yan Yan being so meek?" Lin Yu was the one chasing her. How did the situation get reversed? Unable to hold back, her friend stepped forward and glared at me. "Lin Yu, what are you doing? Why did you not come confess to Yan Yan today?" That sudden challenge instantly shattered the charged atmosphere. Before I could speak, Hyen recovered first. She could not explain why she had lost her composure like that, but now, she wanted an answer even more. She took a deep breath, her expression turning cool again. Pulling her friend back, she asked in an icy voice, "Lin Yu, have you given up?" Seeing her finally return to the aloof campus belle, I knew. I immediately breathed a sigh of relief. This was the real her. I must have been imagining things just now. This was better. Now, rejecting her would not weigh on my conscience. Having made up my mind, I met her gaze and nodded. "Yes, I have given up." My answer plunged the area into instant silence. Everyone looked at me in confusion, unable to understand why I would give up at the very last moment. If Hyen had not come looking for me, giving up would have been one thing, but now she had come all the way here. Anyone could see that Hyen had feelings for me too, especially after that vulnerable, feminine look she had worn just now. If I confessed just once more, she would surely say yes. Yet I had simply declared that I was giving up. The atmosphere around us turned at once. My roommates were completely bewildered. Hyen's group of friends was equally dumbfounded. "Why, Lin Yu, do you even know? If you confess one more time," Yan Yan would say. Before she could finish, Hyen had already pulled her friend behind her. Her face darkened, turning slightly pale. The blush on her cheeks had long vanished. She struggled to steady her breathing, pressed her lips together, and asked softly, "Why? Then why did you confess to me so many times before? Do you think all those confessions meant nothing?" I looked at her and asked softly, "Do you think all my previous confessions meant nothing?" She grew anxious. "You have given up now, so of course they mean nothing." I suddenly laughed. That laugh left everyone around us stunned. It was eerie, as if I were both mocking myself and letting go. Hyen froze too. "What do you mean?" I lowered my head. My voice was quiet, yet remarkably clear. "They mattered, because I like you. So every confession, whether it was the first or the 99th, was something I owed myself. From the first moment I saw you, I liked you, but I had no experience. You were the first girl I had liked, so I could only confess in the simplest, most direct way. I did not know what you liked, so I brought you a different gift every day. From the very first time, you kept rejecting me. I did not care about your cold voice or disgusted expression. I only wanted to truly move you through my efforts. Even yesterday, you would not take the flowers from my hand. I did not know that to you. Giving up now meant that the previous 99 confessions meant nothing. But to me, those 99 unbroken confessions were the heartfelt words I truly meant. They were my most beautiful hopes for first love. Maybe to you, they meant nothing at all. But to me, those 99 times were my closure for my first love. And this 100th time, when I chose not to confess, is what I owe myself. Goodbye, my first love." My deep, magnetic voice rang out slowly, each word falling clearly on every ear, especially those final 6 words. Even I admired myself. It was perfect. With a despondent expression, I tugged at my still stunned roommates. "Let's go." Xuantong and the others still looked utterly confused, completely shaken by my words. They muttered under their breath, "That was incredible." My face had already returned to calm. None of that earlier sorrow remained. Just then, a voice came from behind me. "Lin Yu." I paused, then quickly let my face fall. Wearing a look of utter heartbreak, I turned around. "Are you going out for drinks?" I said nothing. Xuantong answered for me. "Yes," Hyen said quietly. "Do not drink too much. It is bad for your health." I was taken aback, then nodded. Naturally, everyone nearby saw this exchange. They exchanged looks and whispered among themselves. After I left, Hyein quietly returned to her dorm. The crowd gradually dispersed. All that remained were wave after wave of posts on the school forum. Did Lin Yu and Hyein actually get together? Some said yes, while others said no. The campus forum was destined for a night of total chaos. Every kind of video from the scene was uploaded. Meanwhile, the two leads. One was already at a barbecue stand, devouring meat, while the other returned to her dorm in low spirits. Hyein slumped into her chair, then suddenly acted on an impulse. She turned on her computer and opened the school forum. Though she had never visited it, she knew. It documented every detail of Lin Yu's confessions during this time. Yes, every last detail. Which gift he gave each day, and what he said. All of it had been compiled into a pin post. She slowly began scrolling through it. On the first day, he brought milk tea, because he had heard milk tea was a must for a confession. On the second day, it was chocolate. On the 36th day, rain poured down. Lin Yu had no umbrella and was soaked through, yet he still insisted on confessing. Later, unable to watch any longer, the dorm supervisor even brought him an umbrella. Besides the written posts, there were videos documenting it all. She opened one of them. In the video, I held a crystal ball. Inside was a dolphin beneath a sky full of stars. She watched them one by one, all the way to day 99. Suddenly, her eyes reddened. Tears betrayed her, slipping from the corners of her eyes. She had long been used to rejecting people. In fact, people confessing to her had never stopped since she was young. But anyone who could persist to this extent, there had only ever been Lin Yu. Even so, she had gradually grown used to rejecting his relentless confessions. That did not mean she disliked Lin Yu. On the contrary, there had been many times when she nearly could not resist accepting his confession. Later on, she even began looking forward to Lin Yu's arrival each day. Every day at 6 in the evening, she would take off her headphones and stand quietly at the window, listening to that boy's voice below. At some point, it had become a habit she could not break. Maybe I should have understood sooner. She rubbed her reddened eyes, then kept scrolling through the forum post. She opened another video of me. So he was actually quite handsome. But had he really given up just like that? The thought left her heart feeling hollow. How she wished that at 6 tomorrow morning, she could still hear that familiar confession. Panic seized her, and she did not know what to do. Without a 100th confession, could the two of them still have a future? Just then, several of her friends gathered around. Seeing Hyein so distraught, they could not help feeling for her. That is infuriating. What does he mean? Not confessing the 100th time is for his own closure. Yan Yan has already taken the initiative this much. What more does he want? If you ask me, just ignore him. Some guys are like that. Show them a little kindness, and they get full of themselves. Give him the cold shoulder for a few days. Forget 100 times. He will come back even 200 times. The moment she finished speaking, Hyein shot her friend a glare. He is not the kind of person you are describing. They all knew Lin Yu was not that kind of person. Otherwise, he would not have persisted for so long. We only wanted to make you feel better. Her friends were a little helpless. Then tell us, what should we do now? Hyein hesitated for a moment, then suddenly stood up. Her gaze became exceptionally firm, as though she had made up her mind. What are you going to do? Everyone was stunned. Hyein went straight to her friend's cabinet and opened it. She took out a small microwave. What is going on? Are you cooking at this hour? But they quickly understood. Some girls really were like that. When they felt down, they would eat a huge meal. Maybe it would make them feel better. Right. Yan Yan must have come around too. I will help you. I have some of your favorite enoki mushrooms. I will pick some lettuce from the dorm manager's vegetable patch. I will get some beef rolls from the cafeteria. Watching her friends bustle around, Hyein looked completely confused. What are you all doing? Were you not planning to have hot pot? No. I want to make some hangover soup. When Lin Yu and the others come back from drinking, I will bring it over. And while I am there, I will confess to him. Everyone froze. They stared at Hyein in disbelief. Are you serious? You are the campus beauty. You are giving up your icy image, and even bringing him hangover soup. Are you all right? Lin Yu made you this upset. Yet instead of comforting you, he happily went out drinking. And you are still making him soup. Exactly. Why should you? Hyein raised her head and said softly. Think about it. Why did Lin Yu suddenly go drinking? Why does anyone need a reason to drink? Isn't it normal for guys to have barbecue and drinks? Hyein shook her head. There was clearly something off about Lin Yu today. His hair was a mess, and he was still wearing yesterday's clothes. I could smell alcohol on him too. When I was scrolling through the forum just now, I found a video someone posted yesterday. He went drinking yesterday too. He even cried in the video. I think he probably drank himself into that state because of me. Her friends suddenly understood. That is right. They had smelled alcohol on Lin Yu too. And he had clearly looked so dejected. He must have been drowning his sorrows after being rejected. He was so upset he cried. What is wrong with bringing him hangover soup? I support you. Once they understood what had happened, her friends all voiced their support. But, do you know how to make hangover soup? If not, learn now. Just look up a recipe. Meanwhile, I was still at the barbecue stand, completely unaware of what happened afterward. I had not planned to drink much today. The reason I got completely wasted yesterday was mainly because of my father's illness. Part of me wanted to numb myself. But today was different. Now that I had a divine restoration pill that could cure any illness, I could finally rest easy. I plan to take leave tomorrow and return home to cure my father completely. My 3 dorm mates were drinking merrily. Honestly, old Lin, you were incredible today. The campus beauty came looking for you herself. But old Lin, are you really going to confess again? Her feelings could not be more obvious. You are just one step away from being with the campus beauty. If you ask me, this whole closure for yourself thing, forget that nonsense. Can you not be more practical? Hyan is the dream girl of countless guys. I only smiled. Yeah, it was a little regrettable, but compared to my father's illness, none of that seemed so important anymore. But wait, why had the system not notified me that the mission was complete? Then I suddenly remembered. Had I not rejected the campus beauty's confession, why was the mission still not complete? I was confused. I hurriedly called out to the system in my mind. After confirming the mission truly was not complete, I could not help frowning. Damn it, she did not confess to me at all today. My head started pounding. When Hyan came to see me today, she had come to demand why I had not confessed. And that long speech of mine had been nothing but an explanation of why I gave up confessing. But in reality, Hyan never confessed to me at all. She never even said, I like you. Had I not gone through all that for nothing? So, would she still come confess to me? If she did not, what would happen to my father's illness? I could not exactly hint for her to confess, just so I could cruelly reject her. That would be unbearably cruel. It would break her heart. This had become very difficult, and I had no idea that the campus forum had already exploded. Hyan is waiting below my dorm again. Is she going to do it again? Oh my god. Live report. The School of Economics men's dormitory. Hyan is here again. She was so beautiful beneath the moonlight that no one could look away. At that moment, throughout the entire School of Economics men's dormitory, heads poked out from nearly every window. Quite a few guys even ran downstairs to watch. I cannot believe this. It cannot be real. Am I dreaming? Hyan held a thermos in her hands. A rich aroma drifted out with the steam. Every so often, she looked into the distance, looking a little nervous. Why is he not back yet? Yan, if you keep staring like that, you will turn into a statue waiting for your husband. Hyan, you have changed. You were never like this before. How about I try a sip of the soup first? It is your first time making it. What if Lin Yu does not like it? That would be awful. No. Hyan firmly shook her head and murmured. The ingredients are all fresh, and I followed every step of the recipe. It should be fine, right? As she said that, even she wanted to taste it. What if Lin Yu does not like it? But she quickly held herself back. If I drink it myself now, wouldn't that count as an indirect kiss? At that thought, her face instantly turned crimson. Just then, someone suddenly shouted, Lin Yu is back. Everyone turned toward the path leading to the dormitory. Sure enough, several figures staggered toward them. It was Lin Yu and his friends. What the hell is going on? Why is there such a huge crowd? Xuantong, who had been tipsy, broke out in a cold sweat. Are these people coming for us? Could they be Hyan's admirers? The campus beauty has come looking for old Lin herself. Maybe some of them are jealous and want revenge. Could be. I sobered up at once too. With this many people, even if we survive, we will get beaten half to death. Old Lin, run. Loyal Xuantong immediately pushed me to turn around. Without a second thought, I took off running. Old Lin, we will hold them off. Remember my name, Xuantong. I am your best friend. With a look of righteous resolve, he walked toward the crowd. He actually looked like a tragic hero. What a brother. As I watched Xuantong's retreating back, my eyes grew a little blurry. Meanwhile, everyone there was utterly stunned. Lin Yu actually ran away. Haiyan stood frozen in place. What happened? Why did he run? Her friends were speechless. The onlookers were equally baffled. What is Lin Yu's problem? Does he not know how long Yan Yan has been waiting? Why did he just turn around and run? Haiyan lowered her head, beginning to doubt herself. Am I really that scary? Then everyone recognized Xuantong and crowded around. Xuantong covered his face and yelled, "Just so we are clear, do not hit my face. Who is going to hit you? Where is Lin Yu?" Xuantong curled his lips into a grin. Did he not run away? Did you not see him? If you want to chase Lin Yu, you will have to get past me first. The whole crowd fell silent. Everyone was dumbfounded. What did that mean? The campus beauty was chasing Lin Yu and had to get past him first. By now, Haiyan had none of her aloof campus bel air left. Biting her lip, she muttered, "I simmered this soup for a whole hour. I almost blew the dormitory's fuse. Fine, whatever. Let him do as he likes. Forget it. We might as well drink the soup ourselves." Exactly. It is getting cold. Pour me some. Several girls gathered around and picked up bowls and spoons. But in less than half a minute, every one of them wore a pained expression. Haiyan, how much salt did you put in this? Is salt free at your house or something? Haiyan looked utterly confused. I followed the recipe. I only added 2 spoonfuls. Oh my god. What kind of spoon did you use? She muttered softly. A soup ladle. After everyone had left, I quietly slipped back to the dormitory. So that crowd had only been there to watch the drama. They had come just to see Haiyan. Once I learned the truth, I nearly throttled Xuantong. If I had known, why would I have run? Old Lin, let me explain. I was not entirely wrong, was I? Haiyan has so many admirers. You know that. I was only worried about your safety. His excuses gave me a headache. It was frustrating enough that I had not completed the task before. This time, Haiyan had clearly come to confess her feelings, and I had managed to miss her completely. After today, would she come again? Meanwhile, in the women's dormitory, Haiyan tossed and turned, unable to sleep. Then she suddenly asked again, "Do you think Lin Yu still likes me?" Miss, it is already 1 in the morning. That is the 8th time you have asked us the same question. But he confessed to me so many times before. He must like me, right? Right? It was over. The university's campus beauty had fallen hard. Her friends let out a long sigh. Then Haiyan suddenly asked, "Xiaoyan, if someone confessed to you 99 times, what would you do?" Her friendly Xiaoyan thought for a moment and answered seriously, "If it were me, I would probably put a collar around my own neck, bark twice, and go with him. After all, that is 99 times. And Lin Yu is not bad looking either. Lin Yu is mine." Haiyan suddenly huffed. "I think you are right. Playing hard to get is nothing but an obstacle to happiness." Li Xiaoyan was utterly confused. "So what exactly are you planning?" Haiyan thought about it seriously. "The most important thing now is, where near campus can I buy a collar? It is over. It is really over." Hai University's campus beauty had either lost her mind or fallen completely in love. At that moment, her 3 friends were completely certain. This aloof goddess, in the eyes of everyone at Finance University, was actually considering putting on a collar, barking, and following a man away. How could she still be that legendary, noble, icy, #1 campus beauty of Finance University? Early the next morning, a burst of knocking woke me up. "Lin Yu, you're fucking incredible. Haiyan, Hai University's campus beauty, is here again. What the hell?" I froze for a moment, then could not stop myself from smiling. I could finally complete the task. Dad could finally be saved. I rushed into the bathroom and quickly washed up. Then I let out a long breath. The dark circles under my eyes were obvious. I had tossed and turned all night, afraid Haiyan would not come. Now I could finally relax. Haiyan wore a white dress today. Her gaze kept darting toward the dormitory entrance. In her left hand was a bag of steamed buns and fried dough sticks, and in her right, a cup of soy milk. There were only 2 minutes left before class. Most people below the dormitory were hurrying to class, yet nearly all of them unconsciously stopped walking, ready to record the moment their hearts were broken. The moment Haiyan saw me, she immediately tried to rush over. If the dorm supervisor had not shouted at her, she might have run straight into the men's dormitory. This is breakfast I bought for you. I did not know whether you preferred steamed buns or fried dough sticks, so I bought both." A chorus of anguished cries instantly rose from the field. So many guys had their hearts shattered. Yet I calmly accepted the breakfast and casually said, "Thanks. No need to thank me. You gave me so many things before, but I never accepted them. I softly added, "Is there something you want to say to me?" Hyein froze. Her whole face instantly turned crimson. Her rosy fair skin framed her delicate features, leaving everyone around her spellbound. The male onlookers were completely stunned. "I cannot take this anymore. I am done for. If looks could kill, I would have been torn to pieces already." This was Hyein, the goddess in the hearts of countless students of Finance University. Pure and aloof, she was someone to admire only from afar. But now, her shy, girlish manner completely shattered countless people's fantasies. How they wished they were the ones standing before her now. But I had no mind for any of that. There was only one voice in my head. "Come on, girl. Just confess already. My old man is still waiting to be saved." Hyein had actually prepared a long speech already. Today, she had planned to cast aside all restraint and confess to me properly. But when the words reached her lips, she could not say them. She clutched the hem of her dress, head lowered, hesitating. Finally, she gathered her courage. "Lin Yu, I like you. Will you go out with me?" Her voice was quiet, but everyone present heard her clearly. Everyone had expected this day would come. But when the moment truly arrived, no one could accept it. I looked at the girl blushing furiously before me, and for a moment, I felt dazed too. But I knew exactly what I had to do. The question was how to reject her without hurting her. What a headache. After all, Hyein was practically my father's savior. To reject her outright, would that be too cruel? "You can call me Yanyan," she said softly, her head lowered. Damn it, that disarming tenderness. Hyen's voice was simply too lovely, paired with that obedient, gentle look. She was so hard to reject. Forget it. Better to make it quick. I took a deep breath, my expression turning serious. "I'm sorry. You're a wonderful girl." The moment I finished speaking, silence fell over the crowd. Someone blurted out, "What the hell?" In an instant, the whole place erupted with cries of disbelief. Hyein was utterly stunned as well. Jiangdu Finance University's universally acknowledged #1 campus beauty had just been given the classic "You're a good girl" rejection. She staggered back to steps in disbelief, staring at me with wide eyes. No, this cannot be happening. It was not supposed to go this way. Was it because I was not wearing a collar? Because I did not know how to bark? Hyein opened her mouth, wanting to say something more, but the words caught in her throat. Suddenly, her breathing quickened, and a sharp pain rose in her chest. So this was what rejection felt like. Within seconds, her eyes had turned red. Tears helplessly spilled down her cheeks. I drew a deep breath, my thoughts in chaos. Then the system notification sounded. "Task complete. The soul returning pill has been delivered." But looking at the tearful girl before me, I suddenly felt a pang of sympathy. Why? I even put aside my pride. "I came to confess to you myself. How could you treat me like this?" Hyen's voice trembled. I froze, then said quietly, "I'm sorry. Thank you for breakfast." Hyein had been beautiful since childhood. She came from a good family, and countless people pursued her. She had barely ever known what rejection felt like. But now, not only had she been rejected, she had been rejected while confessing her love. Her chest hurt terribly. Unable to hold back her tears any longer, she covered her face with her arm and ran back toward the women's dormitory. Everyone there was dumbfounded. What the hell? Lin Yu gave Hyein the nice girl rejection. Is Lin Yu even a man? How could he reject her? The class bell had rung several minutes ago, but no one seemed in a hurry. They stood frozen in place, phones raised. Today was not only a collective heartbreak day for Finance University students, but also the day with the highest truancy rate in school history. Hyein rushed back to her dormitory. Her friends were still lounging in bed, but someone quickly caught on. "Hyein, did you not go bring Lin Yu breakfast?" They hurriedly climbed out of bed. Li Xiaoyan was the first to rush over. "Well, how did it go?" Hyein said nothing. She threw herself onto her bed, looking utterly devastated, and sobbed quietly. "No way. Lin Yu rejected you?" Her three friends were stunned. What normal man would do that? Who could reject the campus beauty? Does Lin Yu like men or something? That is so cruel. He actually made Yanyan cry. He must have a death wish. Without another word, Li Xiaoyan called Yi Xiaochuan. What is Lin Yu thinking? Does he really not like Hyein anymore? How could that be? Old Ling confessed so many times. Now he has actually made Yanyan cry. Tell Lin Yu to choose how he wants to die, Li Xiaoyan said furiously. Yi Xiaochuan explained helplessly over the phone. Actually, old Lin is having a hard time too. He locked himself in the restroom and still has not come out. The call was on speaker, so Yi Xiaochuan's voice reached Haiyan too. She raised her head, her tearful face full of hurt. Then Yi Xiaochuan spoke again. If you ask me, this time, Haiyan heard old Lin first. It is not old Lin who wronged her. Old Lin confessed a full 99 times. How deeply must he have loved her to keep going? I just heard Haiyan say. She put aside her pride to confess. What matters more, pride or a campus beauty taking the initiative? But have any of you considered this? Putting aside his pride like that. Old Lin has done it 99 times. Love should never put one person above the other. A campus beauty's pride is precious. But does that mean Lin Yu's pride is not? You were only rejected once after confessing. But that feeling. Lin Yu endured it 99 times. Did any of you ever think about him? Yi Xiaochuan's words came one after another, each landing clearly in their ears. The dorm room fell silent. The atmosphere grew especially heavy. After the call ended, the dorm was silent as a tomb. After a long while, Haiyan's sobs gradually stopped. She rubbed her eyes, and suddenly her face hardened with resolve. I understand now. Lin Yu must be testing me. When I watched television dramas, I always thought getting together was so simple. Was it not just a matter of saying, I like you? Why drag it out for 40 or 50 episodes? But now I understand. This is what real love is. It means being sincere and responsible toward other. Lin Yu's 99 confessions show how seriously he treats love. And this was only my first time. What does that even count for? The man confesses to the woman 99 times. Then the woman confesses to the man 99 times. Then they finally get together. Oh my God. What heavenly romance is this? Haiyan suddenly was not sad anymore. A faint smile even curled her lips. It was as though she could already see it. After she had confessed 99 times, Lin Yu taking her hand. What is love? This is love. A love that pulls you deep into it. Unlike anything she had ever known. Haiyan's face was full of longing. She looked as if she'd been dipped in honey. Her friends could only stare in disbelief. Li Xiaoyan was the first to recover. She asked incredulously. Yanyan, are you all right? Are you really going to confess 99 times like Lin Yu? Yes. Why not? I used to think he liked me only because of my face. How was he any different from people who only care about looks? But now I know. He is different from everyone else. Otherwise, why would he reject me? Just think about it. After a total of 198 confessions, the two of them decide to be together. How romantic would that be? She has lost it. She has completely lost it. Who defines romance like that? But seeing Haiyan pull herself together, none of them had the heart to argue further. Just then, I finished my call and walked out of the restroom. My mother had just told me that Dad's condition had worsened again. I need to get home right away, in case something happens. Yi Xiaochuan turned to me, looking stunned. Old Lin, you were not crying. Why would I cry? I rejected someone else. It is not like I was rejected. Why would I be upset? Is that not a pretty dumb question? I need to go home now. Help me ask our counselor for leave. When I got to the train station, I still had over an hour before departure. I wandered around the crowded, chaotic station. All kinds of people were there. Not far away, a delicate-looking girl was squatting on the ground. She had no luggage, and her long hair covered her face. I could not see her face. She only kept glancing around. She wrapped both arms around her knees and sighed. She looked like she was making a difficult decision. After a while, she seemed to make up her mind. She took out a piece of chalk. I figured it was the usual story. She had lost her wallet and was asking kind strangers to help cover her fare. I did not pay much attention. This sort of thing was far too common. Not just at a crowded station like this. You often saw it around the college district too. Some cases were genuine, some were not, but most were scams. Just then, in my mind, the system suddenly chimed brightly. Mission issued. See through the truth. Option 1. Help someone in need. Help this stranger. Reward 1 top-of-the-line luxury car. Option 2. Expose the truth. Prevent others from being scammed. Reward 1 million in cash. Option 3. Mind your own business. Walk away quietly. Reward a small boost to all abilities. I was a little surprised. This could trigger a mission too. I could not help considering it seriously. By then, the girl had already picked up the chalk and written a few lines on the ground. A familiar story. Her luggage had been stolen. Her phone, wallet, and ID were all in the bag. She kept her head lowered, her bangs covering her forehead. Her face was hidden. Before long, A crowd had gathered around her. Everyone murmured among themselves, but no one actually helped. It was understandable. People were not heartless, but there were simply too many scammers these days. Looking at the three options. In the past, I probably would have chosen to mind my own business. No matter which option I chose, there was something in it for me. But thinking about it now, given my financial situation, helping her would not be difficult. As for option 2, I did not yet know whether she was genuine or not. Who was I to call her a scammer? With that thought, I simply stepped forward and pretended to recognize her. Hyan, what are you doing here? What a coincidence. Are you all right? As I spoke, I pulled several 100 yuan bills from my pocket. I walked over to the girl and blocked the crowd's view with my body. If everything the girl said was true, then for someone young to be reduced to this. The worst part was probably the humiliation. She had been hiding her face behind her hair, probably for that very reason. The girl was clearly startled by what I said. She had no idea what this guy was talking about. Since when was her name Hyan? But when she saw those 100 yuan bills, her heart warmed, and she did not explain. I waved at the people around us. All right, everyone, move along. Everyone faces hard times. There is nothing to see. Once the crowd dispersed, I wiped away the words on the ground with my foot. Then I turned to her. Are you all right? I am fine. The girl pointed toward the restroom in the distance. Can you wait for me here a moment? I nodded, but several minutes passed, and she did not return. Looks like I really ran into a scammer. But it did not really matter. A few 100 yuan was nothing compared to the mission reward. Just then, a bright voice came from behind me. Who are you calling a scammer? A girl stood behind me. Judging by her voice, she was the girl from before. But she had changed clothes and carried a bag in her hand. Thank you for earlier, but I really am not a scammer. My luggage really was stolen, the girl said miserably. After chatting for a while, I learned. Her name was Mucheng. She was a second-year student at Jiangdu Medical and Nursing College. She had been on her way home. She bought a ticket and waited in the departure lounge. Since it was still early, she got a little sleepy and drifted off without realizing it. When she woke up, everything except herself was gone. When she said she was going to the restroom, she had actually gone to a clothing store and bought a change of clothes. There were so many people here, and she was afraid of being recognized and humiliated. You are awfully carefree. You actually fell asleep in a place like this? As we talked, I started teasing her. Good thing you only lost your luggage. If I were that thief, I would have stolen you, not the luggage. Leaving a beautiful girl like you alone, only to steal her luggage instead. That thief is seriously brainless. Mucheng laughed at my joke. The gloom from earlier vanished completely. Then why did you not call the police? Even if you did not call the police, you could take a taxi back to school. You could have someone you know pay the fare when you got there. I was afraid of embarrassing myself. Mucheng pouted and said shyly, that is what happens when pride makes you suffer. But having money now will not help. You lost your ID. You cannot buy a ticket. What are you going to do? Mucheng's eyes widened. For a moment, she did not know how to answer. Seeing her like that, I shook my head helplessly. Just then, my phone suddenly rang. Hello, is this Mr. Lin Yu? I am the delivery specialist for the Top-Spec SU7 you ordered from our dealership. Your car has arrived. May I ask where you are now? Are you at Xinyu residence beside the train station? I froze for a moment. Then I remembered it was the reward from an earlier mission. I had not expected the card to be delivered directly. So I replied, wait for me outside the train station. After hanging up, I headed outside the station. Just then, a small figure hesitantly followed me. I could not help laughing. Why are you following me? Mucheng merely grinned. She said nothing. Once outside the station, I called the delivery crew again. The two of us walked to a nearby parking lot. A large transport truck was parked there. Are you Mr. Lin Yu? Then we will unload it now. Several workers swiftly opened the back of the truck. They pulled back the dust cover. A black sedan appeared before us. Careful, everyone. Do not scratch it. With that, they worked together with professional equipment to safely unload the car. I never imagined that my first car would come to me this way. With the handoff at a train station, Mucheng laughed beside me. Not bad, Senior Jia. Buying a car at your age. This SU7 must cost at least 70 or 80,000 yuan, right? Yeah, you really could not get one for under 100,000. I smiled too, but did not explain. No way. This was the top-of-the-line SU7. Add another 0, and that would be closer. For me, the SU7 was just right. It was understated, not flashy, which suited my personality perfectly. I had to admit, this reward could not have been more perfect. Want me to take you back to school first? Jiangdu Medical College is right beside my school. Mucheng pouted. I was already heading home from school. Why would I turn back now? What would be the point? Then her eyes lit up. She looked at my car and smiled. Why not drive me straight home? I do not need an ID to ride in your car. Just imagine it, cruising home in a luxury car with a beautiful girl. How carefree would that be? Do you not want something unexpected to happen? As she said that, Mucheng lifted her long dress slightly and gave me a wink. Keep dreaming. I rolled my eyes at her. If something really did happen, who knows which of us would take advantage of the other? Under normal circumstances, I might have agreed, but I had to hurry home with Dad's medicine. For every minute I was late, my dad would suffer that much longer. So taking care of that came first. Hearing that, Mucheng pursed her lips. Back at school, with a mere wave of her hand, there would be a line of guys competing to drive her home. Then, where were you headed when you came to the station? I glanced at her. Home, obviously. What else? Shopping. Where do you live? Maybe we are heading the same way. Mucheng asked, blinking at me. I was speechless. Are girls these days all this forward? She had just borrowed money, and now she wanted a free ride. Could she not be a little more like Haiyan? A little more reserved, at least. Once I gave her my address, Mucheng sprang up at once. She opened the car door and slipped inside. What a coincidence. My home is in Shihong City too. Then please give me a ride. She lifted her chin, unable to hide her smug little smile. Our car interior's all this luxurious now. Only then did Mucheng notice that the interior was nothing like the car's modest exterior. The peachwood grain trim looked especially refined. The seats felt wonderfully comfortable too. It had every feature imaginable. Then, Mucheng spotted a packet of documents on the seat. She secretly opened it and took a look. They were vehicle documents. Nothing unusual. Do you know it is rude to go through other people's things? I snatched the documents back and said casually, buckle up. The seat belt pressed into the cleavage between her breast. I caught sight of it from the corner of my eye. Maybe because her clothes had been so loose. I had not realized just how curvy Mucheng was. Aren't sweet-looking girls supposed to be petite? Guess that rumor was wrong. When I looked at Mucheng again, she had already closed her eyes and fallen asleep. I pushed those thoughts aside and focused on driving. After more than 2 hours on the road, we finally reached Shihong City. I called Mucheng twice. When she did not respond, I gently nudged her. She mumbled lazily, do not bother me. Let me sleep a little longer. Then she turned over and fell into an even deeper sleep. Nothing could wake her. I had no choice but to give up. Forget it. I would head home first. From a distance, I saw Mom looking out downstairs. It had not been easy for her to hold this family together alone all these years. She was only 50, yet her face was already covered in wrinkles. Xiao Yu, you're back. Mom's eyes were red, as if she had just been crying. This car. I just bought it. I flashed a toothy grin. You bought a car? You did not do anything illegal, did you? Mom looked utterly incredulous. Of course not. I made it doing business with a friend. The 800,000 yuan I transferred to you yesterday was earned honestly too. Do not worry, Mom. We have money now. My son has really made something of himself. Mom stroked my face and said it with heartfelt relief. Mom, let us get inside. I want to see Dad. When I entered the room, Dad was lying in bed. His face was pale, and he looked terribly worn down. Because of his cerebral infarction, he needed medicine applied to his head, so his hair had been shaved off. Though he was only in his 50s, he looked like a frail old man, even in such a condition. The moment Dad saw his son return, he still struggled to sit up, forcing a smile onto his face. In that instant, I could not hold it in anymore. Tears came pouring down. I hurriedly took out the pill and urged Dad to take it. My parents stared at the pale purple pill and asked doubtfully, Xiao Yu, what is this? A friend gave me the secret remedy. He said it is especially effective for Dad's illness. Try it first. It really works. Xiao Yu, you are an adult now. You cannot seriously believe in medicine from some quack, can you? Dad, just trust me this once. Besides, I spent a lot of money on it. Please, just try it. Dad hesitated for a moment, then took the pill and swallowed it. Before long, A fine layer of cold sweat beaded across his forehead. His complexion changed as well. I quickly asked, Dad, how do you feel? I feel much better. My chest does not feel tight anymore. And my head does not hurt either. Hearing Dad say that, Mom quickly grabbed a towel and wiped the sweat from her husband's face. Her eyes shone with joy. Just then, a man's voice called from outside. Uncle Jia, Xiao Yu. It was the voice of Lucian, my childhood friend. After high school, we went down different paths. Lucian started working early, but whenever he had time, he came by to help my family, taking care of my parents. Lucian is here. Go see him. He has helped our family a great deal these past 2 years. I nodded and walked outside. Ho, whose car is parked here? The moment I stepped out, I saw Lucian hovering around Mucheng. What a gorgeous girl. When he saw me coming over, he immediately asked, Lin, you're back. Is this your car? I nodded. You struck it rich, huh? Lucian looked me over. No one knew my family's situation better than he did. How could I suddenly afford a car? I made a little money. Did you come to see my dad? I was passing by, so I stopped in to see Uncle Jia. Is there anything I can help with? My dad just took some medicine and is resting. We do not need any help for now. While I was away, thanks for taking care of my parents. Wait a moment, I'll let my parents know. Then I'll treat you to a good meal. The moment I went inside, Mom excitedly grabbed my hand. I looked at Dad. His complexion really had improved. He no longer looked as haggard as before. Your dad says he's hungry, Mom said, her voice thick with tears. I'll go make dinner. She covered her mouth, trying hard not to cry. I was never good at expressing my feelings. Maybe fathers and sons are just like that. I simply nodded at Dad. Get some rest first. Oh, Mom, I'm heading out. Do not make anything for me. I'm taking Lucian out to eat. He has helped us so much. I should properly thank him. When I stepped outside, Lucian was already chatting with Mucheng. What are you talking about? You, of course. Your girlfriend is trying to get some information about you out of me. Lucian joked. Whose girlfriend? We only met today, okay? I rolled my eyes at Lucian, then said, get in the car. Both of you. Once we were in the car, Lucian suddenly remembered something. Oh, Lin, our class is having a reunion tonight. Are you going? A class reunion? Yeah. I thought you came back for it. Li Kang organized it. He calls it a reunion. But really, he wants to pursue Xuantong. He's been chasing her for 4 or 5 years, right? Then I have to go see this. I was instantly intrigued. Sure. I bet he'll fail again this time. Lucian gave a wicked grin. That instantly perked me up. Lately, I had been the one getting rejected after confessing. At last, I could sit back and enjoy someone else's drama. Can I come too? Mucheng suddenly cut in from beside us. Hey, what exactly is your connection here? What does our high school reunion have to do with you? I could not help teasing her. Have you never read a novel? At reunions like this, someone like you is definitely going to get mocked. Take me with you. Think how satisfying it would be to show them up and shut them down. I'll pretend to be your girlfriend. This is my favorite kind of plot. Mucheng's eyes lit up. The more she talked, the more excited she became. Lucian and I were both speechless. Why was a girl like her always reading urban wish fulfillment novels? Seeing my helpless expression, Mucheng giggled and pleaded sweetly. Take me with you, please. I have no idea where you get that confidence. I sighed. Because I'm pretty, and I have long legs. Do not believe me, look. As she spoke, she started to lift her skirt. Stop. All right, you win. I'll take you. Happy now? My head was starting to hurt. When we got there, we entered a barbecue restaurant. The barbecue here is incredible. It is one of a kind in all of Shihong City, I said, pointing at the restaurant. The system notification sounded. Task issued. Tycoon enters the food industry. Obtain this restaurant's secret barbecue recipe. Reward, 5 million yuan. I paused in surprise. The previous tasks had all involved women. Why had this one been triggered here? And what would I even do with the barbecue recipe? It was not like I ran a business. I tried asking the system, but it remained silent. I could not be bothered to dig any deeper. There were not many customers in the restaurant. Or rather, business here had never been very good. A middle-aged man in his 50s sat with a hand to his forehead, staring blankly ahead. Hearing us come in, the owner looked up and sized us up. Lin Yu and Lucian. Is that you? It was surprising that he still remembered us. I smiled and took a seat. Lucian said quietly, Yeah, when students like you used to come. Business was decent enough. Then the school moved, and the roads changed. Hardly anyone comes by anymore. The owner sighed. Then move somewhere else. Your cooking is unbeatable. Find a better location, and business will surely pick up. Lucian suggested it. I can't move, the owner said. The owner shook his head helplessly. I've been losing money for the past 2 years, and my wife was in a car accident. She is still in the hospital. The driver who hit her fled the scene, and they still have not found them. I looked up and asked, do you plan to keep the restaurant open? You cannot keep losing money forever. The owner fell silent. How about this, sir? I really like your barbecue. It would be such a shame if you closed down. How about selling me the barbecue recipe? The barbecue recipe? The owner was taken aback. Lucian looked at me in confusion and asked, Lin, what are you buying the recipe for? You are not seriously planning to grill it yourself, are you? No. Didn't I tell you? I have made some money lately. I made it by running a restaurant. Sir, your barbecue really is excellent. I want to try buying the recipe. The owner looked hesitant. After thinking it over, he cautiously asked, how much can you offer? I thought for a moment. How about 500,000 yuan? You have had a hard time. If you agree, I'll transfer to 100,000 yuan now. You can prepare the contract and the recipe. I will pay the remaining 300,000 within half an hour. As soon as my friend transfers it to me, I'll send it to you. The owner's face immediately lit up with joy. No problem. No problem. Please wait a moment. Then he called toward the kitchen. Xuantong, come take care of our guest. The moment he finished speaking, a girl came out. Lucian and I both shouted, holy crap, Xuantong. Xuantong froze for a moment too, then quickly smiled. Lin Yu, Lucian, it is you two. The owner smiled. This is my daughter. Aren't you classmates? I'll go print the contract. Xuantong can make you something to eat. What would you like to eat, old classmates? After the owner left, Xuantong greeted us with a smile. 1 yellow clay baked chicken, please. I ordered without holding back. After taking our order, Xuantong headed to the kitchen. The owner soon returned. He had a contract template and only needed to change a few words. I picked it up and read it over. There really was no problem with it. I signed it on the spot and transferred the money. The owner looked at the payment notification, his face beaming with delight. I'll write down the recipe for you. Please wait. The money had just arrived. Task complete. Reward 5 million yuan. I picked up my phone. Mucheng leaned in, saw the message, and froze. Lin Yu, are you really this rich? Hey, back off. Do not get so close. The main reason was that whenever Mucheng leaned close, a particularly sweet fragrance drifted over. When I looked up, my gaze accidentally slipped down her neckline. Before long, the food arrived. We all started eating. By the way, are you going to the class reunion tonight? Xuantong asked casually. Of course. Why would we not go? Anyone who skips juicy gossip is an idiot. Lucian nearly let the secret slip and quickly shut his mouth. Xuantong seemed completely unaware. She merely nodded and said, why don't you call me when you head over? We can go together. Sure. Lucian nodded eagerly. Wasn't this perfect? The gossip was about Xuantong herself. With the person involved there, how could the gossip be anything but fresh? Lucian and I exchanged knowing smiles. After we ate, Lucian had something to do and left first. After arranging a time, I took Mucheng to buy a phone. Why don't you make me your sugar baby? You're so rich. What do you say? I nearly spat out my water. That escalated fast. What is with young people these days? Stop messing around. Let's hurry up and buy your phone. I still need to go home and see my dad. Okay. I thought you would not agree. Agree to what? What do you think? You agreed to take me to meet your father. We've skipped straight to meeting the parents, haven't we? Darling. That single darling melted me to the bone. It nearly stole my soul away. Mucheng did not let up the entire way. That little temptress nearly drove me insane. At the mall, I bought Mucheng a phone. Then I used my ID to get her a SIM card. Then we wandered around nearby. Lin Yu, buy yourself some clothes. You're going to wear that to the class reunion. What else would I wear? I said dismissively. This casual athletic outfit is comfortable. Mucheng shook her head. No way. That outfit is way too tacky. It does not suit your status. You're a millionaire now. Could you put in a little effort? Look more sophisticated, understand? Mucheng raised a brow at me. Still, despite my words, I was tempted. Though I was not the star of tonight's class reunion, who would not want to be the best-looking guy there? After some persistent coaxing, Mucheng dragged me into a women's clothing store. Only after entering did I realize she had tricked me again. This was not about shopping for me. Mucheng clearly wanted to buy something for herself. No way. You're trying to mooch off me again. Do you know how much you already owe me? I grabbed Mucheng and tried to leave. Have you never heard the saying, a woman's outfit is a man's status symbol? If I look better, you'll look good at the reunion tonight too. Then hurry up, I said impatiently. A sly glint flashed through Mucheng's eyes. She picked out a few outfits and ran off to try them on. She emerged in a white dress. Her long, dazzling legs appeared right before me. I was sitting down at the time. From where I was sitting, just a little more, and I would have seen that forbidden strip of bare thigh. I quickly looked away. Do all girls like wearing skirts this short? Aren't you cold in this weather? I am. So I brought these. Mucheng lifted her chin and pulled out a pair of black stockings. Then she returned to the fitting room. She came out shortly afterward. Mucheng was now wearing a white shirt and a black skirt, black stockings, and most importantly, a black tie. Was this the legendary Japanese schoolgirl uniform? I swallowed hard. Fortunately, Mucheng wore a sly little smile. Do I look good? I nodded, completely convinced. Seeing me nod, Mucheng looked much happier. She had the earlier little dress wrapped up and made me pay. Fortunately, both outfits only cost a few hundred yuan. I paid without hesitation. Walking ahead, Mucheng said, "Come on, now let's find you something to wear." We entered a menswear store. She held clothes up against my chest. Before long, she picked out a white shirt and a fall trench coat. They were her choices. Once the clothes were chosen, I said nothing. I took them to the fitting room. When I came out, Mucheng's eyes lit up. So handsome. Seeing her unconsciously swallow, the corner of my mouth curled up. Dressed like this from now on, it's much more pleasing to the eye. Mucheng gave a mischievous laugh. She picked up a tie. Lower your head. I do not want to wear a tie. I am not even wearing a suit. Be good. Mucheng rose onto her tiptoes. She pressed my head down with both hands, then tied the tie for me. She circled me, inspecting her work. They say clothes make the man. Thanks to my magic touch, you've become a total heartthrob, she said, resting her chin on her hand with satisfaction. Charm boost. Reward, 30% of Siyan Group shares. A crisp voice rang in my mind. There was a reward for this too. I was surprised. Did Mucheng really have a magic touch? After all that, my charm had increased, and I had even gained company shares. Looking at myself in the mirror, I smiled in satisfaction. Maybe it was because my charm had risen, but I felt like I had become even more handsome. After paying, we left the mall. We picked up Lucian at the meeting point, then drove to pick up Xuantong. The moment Lucian saw me, he was stunned. Damn, you look incredible. Is this really old Lin? Mucheng looked me over from the side, a smile playing on her lips, as if admiring her own masterpiece. We soon reached the restaurant. Xuantong was already waiting at the entrance. She had not put on makeup or changed clothes. She was still in her morning outfit, yet she looked uniquely charming, simple, and pure. When she saw Mucheng, a flicker of surprise crossed her eyes, but she quickly smiled again. I thought you would get here later. How could we make our campus beauty wait? I replied casually. Do not say that. If anyone is the campus beauty, it is your girlfriend, Xuantong said, looking at Mucheng. The moment Mucheng heard that, she visibly lifted her chin higher. Her lips curved upward in secret delight. Not at all. Xuantong is the pretty one. You misunderstand. Mucheng is just a friend. We only met today. I explained. You only met today. You two are moving awfully fast. Xuantong was somewhat surprised. Her gaze shifted to me. At that instant, Xuantong felt her heart begin to race. Her gaze lingered on my face for several seconds. Then we all got in the car and headed for our destination. We soon reached the agreed location, Siyan Hotel. The name looked somewhat familiar to me. Mucheng glanced at the hotel's name and lightly frowned. She stepped forward and naturally linked her arm through mine. Whether it was because Mucheng had such a great figure, or because the position itself was awkward, I only felt my elbow brush against something soft. I immediately looked flustered. I whispered a complaint to Mucheng and tried to pull my arm free, but Mucheng held on tightly. Not only could I not break free, the movement made us brush against each other even more. You're still moving? Mucheng suddenly looked up and shot me a fierce glare. Her face was slightly red beneath the moonlight. Meanwhile, in the hotel lobby, a young man in a white suit held a bouquet of flowers. He was extremely nervous. He had confessed several times before, but this time, his heart was still in turmoil. Kang, Xuantong is here. Li Kang did his best to suppress his nerves. He waved and said, "Everyone, get ready. We're starting right away." The moment he finished speaking, the hotel lobby fell silent. The staff all gathered around as well. This was a full-blown proposal setup, and he was using it for a confession. Who could resist that kind of romance? Everyone believed the girl being confessed to would surely be moved and say yes. Brother Kang, Xuantong came with Lucian, Lin Yu, and the others. There also seems to be another girl. It's fine. They probably met her on the way, and she just came along. Li Kang did not think much of it. The few of us slowly walked into the hotel. Just then, with a sharp pop, the lights all suddenly went out. "The power's out," Xuantong cried out nervously. It was her voice. Li Kang was thrilled. This was the confession scene. I was a little surprised. This is pretty creative. But at some point, a pair of hands quietly reached toward me. A beam of light suddenly shone down, illuminating Li Kang. He adjusted his clothes and struck a dashing pose. Another spotlight shone in our direction. Li Kang did not look closely. He simply walked over slowly and dropped to one knee. "Xuantong, my goddess, I like you. After all these years, you should know how I feel. They say true devotion never goes unanswered. My feelings for you are sincere. Heaven and earth are my witnesses." Before he could finish, everyone around him froze. I cleared my throat twice, feeling awkward. "Class president, I cannot accept such a grand gesture." Li Kang looked up blankly and saw that I was standing before him. "You too?" He pointed at me, too agitated to speak clearly. I froze too, utterly confused. Only when I turned my head did I realize that at some point, Xuantong had linked her arm through mine. What the hell? When did that happen? How did I not notice at all? Xuantong leaned close to my ear and whispered, "Help me." The entire room fell silent. Everyone stared in stunned disbelief. What is going on? Why is Xuantong linking arms with Lin Yu? And who is that beautiful woman beside him? Lin Yu has a girl on each arm. For a moment, the guys looked at me with envy and jealousy. I, meanwhile, was completely baffled. At last, a voice broke the silence. "Is this a welcome performance? That's pretty creative." It was Mucheng's voice. That crisp voice snapped everyone back to reality. "Are there any more performances? If not, turn on the lights." "I'm afraid of the dark," Mucheng said. "Who is this girl?" The classmate controlling the lights was staring in a daze. He instinctively turned them on. The lavish hotel lobby instantly lit up. Then we saw, in the center of the lobby, a huge 5-tier cake on display. Xuantong. Li Kang stood frozen, utterly at a loss. I wanted to put a hand to my forehead and show I was innocent, but both my hands were occupied. I had no room to move. All I could do was shrug helplessly. But to Li Kang, that expression was blatant showing off. Li Kang's face turned green with rage. Through clenched teeth, he forced out 2 words. "Lin Yu." I was just about to explain myself, but just then, Xuantong suddenly leaned in and kissed me. When Mucheng saw that, she refused to be outdone and pulled me away. She shoved me down and straddled me.